Holy cow. I mean, this is like lands. Everybody can relate to this scenario that just came in, and it's shocking that we haven't heard it in all the years that we've been doing this. Let's call it a tools to live by, presented by Vaer Watches. VaerWatches.com/surf splendor will save you 15% on an ocean ready American made. I mean, it's 4th of July, American made timepiece.
Guess where my Vaer is right now? In Paris. My Vaer watch is in Paris, France. Just showing up all these fancy Frenchmen.
Sisterhood of the traveling Vaer watch making its
Exactly.
way to other continents. Um, Again, I'm having technical issues. I'm going to play this for you. Just shout out if you can't hear it. I don't think I'll be able to hear it, but you will.
Hey guys, it's your fan from Queensland, Australia. I'm calling because I need a bit of advice. It's Friday night. I had an early night at the pub with some mates, playing some pool, had a few schooners, came home, and my wife is having a little party with her girlfriends. Am I made to make myself scarce? Am I made to play the maid, help out, light a fire, pour glasses of wine? I don't really know what to do with myself. I'm sitting on the couch right now watching Game 7 of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. And I'm just wondering if this is rude for me to do. I feel like I'm being courteous by making myself scarce so they can chat away and do their thing. But I'm just wondering, what do you do in a situation like this? Thanks, boys. Work.
I mean, taps right in to something that everybody's experienced.
That's super important. I need to get over a little bit of confusion first when he said introduce himself as our listener from Queensland, which makes sense that we have one listener in Queensland. But then, as I was assuming, is Australian because he was out with the mates having schooners, but obviously he's American until it gets to the end and he's watching the NHL. And so, is this our Canadian transplant Queensland listener? I feel
Yes,
this
I had the
is
very
a
same confusion. And when he said, I'm your Queensland fan, I was like, we have more fans in Queensland than just one. But
we
yes, the accent threw me off. And he would kind of have a little Australian accent. So I think he's been there for a decade.
he for sure has, and but he sounded sort of Texan at the end. So we're gonna have to get back to you. I'm gonna help you out right here. That we're gonna have an exchange here. I'm gonna give you the exact advice you need, dear caller. But you're gonna have to call back or email and clarify a little bit of the lineage here of where and how you got to Queensland. And
It's
also if your
very
wife's Australian.
totally, it's like listening to Madonna talk.
Yes,
Very
very
confusing.
confusing. More questions than answers at this point. But this one's easy, David Lee Scales. Is
I
this not easy?
agree.
This one's a hammer town. Okay, so wife and friends are boozy, correct?
Seems like it.
You come in gregarious. You like introduce yourself nicely. You don't like nobody wants a serial killer skirking in and hiding in the corner. Nobody wants that, right? So you come in, you don't have to be life of the party. This is their party. You don't want to derail their party, but you come in, very warm. You introduce them all. You do a quick round of the kitchen, cleaning up, a quick round cleaning up, right? You're getting plates, you're cleaning out of the way, da 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 da. And I will say, uh, work is oftentimes better hiding than hiding, right? If you're seen, like if you're skirked in and ran to the bedroom, people are like, what's your incel husband doing in there? Right? Like, is he into like weird porn or like
And guaranteed a text message goes around tomorrow morning to all the friend group being
he's
like,
weird.
what the hell was that all about? Like, why is he so weird? And is their marriage having problems? Like, why would he not say hi? Like, for sure.
He's weird. You don't be weird. You like number one rule in this whole thing is don't be weird.
Hmm.
Quick hello, a quick cleanup. All of a sudden, everybody sees that as like, you kidding me? This guy is the guy to end all guys. Or like, you're washing the dishes, you're putting them away. You're not doing any of it, obviously. You're just this has also got to happen at some point, to be honest. Like, unless you are rich, dear caller from Queensland, and have a full staff coming in tomorrow to clean the place is going to be getting cleaned. Your wife is going to be hungover. You're going to clean it then. You might as well legit clean it now, right? I mean, I don't like to clean very much, but I way prefer cleaning. Like he went out, he said, had a few schooners. So he's like a little bit, just go do some cleaning. Go do some tidying up, and then you can go on the couch and watch. And like you're fine then. You are like additive to the whole thing. You have
Great.
presented yourself as the ideal partner. You came, you introduced, you cleaned, you watched sports. You are now
Disappeared.
you disappeared watching sports. You are now the every one of them will go home and text your wife, you are so lucky you had him. And that's really what you want at the end of the day.
Nailed it. Your advice to clean wall high is also phenomenal advice because it's much more enjoyable, goes by quicker. The follow up in the morning of when you're not feeling great is the
No,
worst thing ever. But
absolutely.
totally agree. And it sounds like he did the right thing without even having our advice. It also tickles me that somebody gets home on a Friday night and is in this moment and thinks to call us, knowing they're not going to get the advice in real time. They're going to have to get it later, but know that it'll serve a greater good to the community. I love that. But let's be real. Firstly, they are disappointed to see you. That's
Don't want you
that's
there.
first and foremost. Girls having a girl night, dude shows up. Those girls are all just looking for a night away from their own version of you. And so you coming in represents this other totem. And so they hate that you showed up. That's firstly. But Chaz is also right. If you just skirk and disappear, that's
You're weird.
weird as shit. And there will be a
You're
text that goes around tomorrow morning. So you
you
can't do
married a
that.
weird dude.
Totally. So the courteous appearance, offer to get the fire going, offer a round of drinks, do the lap, one clean lap of cleaning whatever needs to be cleaned quickly, will go noticed and appreciated, and then disappear for good.
Boom.
That's it. That's the
Hammer
only
down.
strategy here. Um, I there was a deeper kind of thing that I identified through this call, which is it's kind of a quandary for me in life in general, which is like this guy's having the night of his life, actually. Like he got to have schooners with buddies and play pool, which
You
is
kidding?
awesome.
He's
And
living
then
the absolute dream.
living the dream, right? And then he's expecting to be on husband duty when he gets home. But guess what? You're off duty again. All you got to do is a 15-minute quick clean lap and a saying of hello. And then you have a free pass to just do a couple of hours of enjoying sports on your own terms. But the quandary is he's feeling anxiety about the anticipation of her needs. And he can't just enjoy being himself because he's wondering what she wants or what maybe he's, quote, supposed to do in the eyes of everybody else in the room. And that is the real crux of the problem.
Which, and like, good on you for identifying that, because that you have to just purge from yourself, right? You got to go in, you got to do that. Like, you have to understand that you're being friendly and helpful is 90%. Like, that's it. That's all you need to do. Nobody wants cloying. Nobody wants a Billy Kemper to Mark Zuckerberg in the room. Uh, People don't want that. People don't like.
If he was playing the maid, like if he showed up
Yes,
and was like, can I pour you a round of drinks? And then
that's
sat in the
weird.
corner, like you said, and it's like chiming in on conversation,
That's
making a
weird.
comment. Hey, girl, I hope you get what you want. Like I'm here
Yep.
for you. It is totally Billy Kemper on Zuck's feet.
It is exactly that, and nobody wants that. And so you have though, but it's also a low bar to jump, but it's also an appropriate bar. Like it is, you are recognizing your wife's like time with her buddies. You're being friendly on a one lap. You're doing 15 minutes of cleaning. You're getting out of the way. It is a bang, bang, bang win. And it's an easy win. And it's the appropriate win because anything more in any one of those If you open the door and thought, oh, girl night, I'm going back out with the boys and get hammered and come home at 3 a.m. and dragging on the floor, can't do that.
No,
Like it's this like little bite size, little amuse-bouche, if you will, of this. It is greet, clean, make yourself scarce.
totally. Yeah, it sounds like he did the right thing.
Yes,
So I applaud him in it, in retrospect for doing the right thing. But for anybody who encounters this situation in the future, which we all will again, and it
of
slightly
course.
varies from time to time, but it's a great scenario. It's you got to
I
do
think
what you want, your wife gets to do what she wants. You guys spend plenty of time together. Take this opportunity to continue it.
watch the NHL. But also,
Exactly.
and I've got to like again doff the cap to him for helping others here. We can
Exactly.
tell already that our one listener from Queensland is a happy or a good guy, a decent man who he was already through this situation. He didn't know if he did the right thing, but he wanted other people to know, hey, when you're caught here, which somebody's caught here listening to this podcast right now. Somebody's in their room, their wife's having a party. He's listening to the podcast. Did you do your round? Did you do a clean? Well, press pause and go do it right now. You're okay.
You know what? Sounds like he might need a single fin from another Australian.
Oh, this is it.
This
Look at
could be the connection. We might have just made a love connection right now.
bam. This is perfect right here. Okay. Now you have extra work to do. You got to find two addresses.
Okay. I'll make this happen. Hopefully, they're both in the same state.